Ready? So I came to Gujarat more than 62 years ago. Correct? Yeah. Originally, I had been appointed to go to China when I was studying science there in Oña. But then something happened that none of us expected. Our original province, called Castile, was divided into two, Western and Eastern Castile. A decree came from Rome, from the headquarters. None of us expected that division. And as they say, the scorpion has got the poison in the tail. So the tail of that decree was that those who before the division were appointed to the missions, and I was one of them. And in those days, to be appointed to the missions means to be appointed to China, because that province had the mission of Wuhu, China, where actually I had already 3 Jesuit brothers. But then, at the end of the second year of philosophy, after getting this degree, it was said that those who now, according to this division, belong to the Eastern Castile, instead of going to China, they will go to Gujarat. It was the first time I heard the word Gujarat. I didn't know where it was. And so to Gujarat I came. I had before, as a preparation to go to China, I was reading a book from a Chinese philosopher called Lao Tse. I wanted to know something about the Chinese philosophy. But now once my destination was changed, I went to the library, left the book of Lao Tse there in its shelf, and I searched for a shelf where were things about India. And there I found the discovery of India by Pandit Nehru. I wanted to know things about India, and especially to learn English, because I knew very little. So I took that book, The Discovery of India, and also another one, the Bhagavad Gita. I had no idea what it was, but I read it. I found it very attractive, very appealing, and actually I gave some talks on the Gita to some people there in Spain before coming to India. So the year to come to India was November 49, and we came together about 17, 18 different Jesuits, some quite young, some not so young, some priests, others scholastics, and several brothers also. But altogether, I think we were 18. And the one who accompanied us was the first bishop of Ahmedabad, Bishop Edwin Pinto, who actually was made bishop in Zaragoza, Spain. So he came with us, and also the provincial, Father Arellano, who was the one who had appointed all of us. So first, I was sent for 3 months, more or less, to Vinayalaya to brush up my English. I knew some English, but not enough. So I was sent there, and at once I came to St. Xavier's, Mirzapur, for my first year of regency in English, together with Father Ramonel, Iggy Pinto, and a certain Fonseca, who later on left the society. After finishing my regency in English in Mirzapur, I was sent to the language school of this Anand, under the baton of Materia Prima, who was our professor of Gujarati. So 1 year studying the vernacular, and to perfect it a bit more, I was sent to Mariampura, Pedlat, for another year of regency in Gujarati. After these long years of regency, I went to Pune to study theology. I was ordained in Pune after 3 years of theology. In our batch, most probably the biggest to be ordained in Pune, there were 20 Indians and 19 foreigners. And that's all. I was supposed to go immediately after theology for tertianship. In those days, people were sent to tertianship immediately. But the provincial asked me to wait for 1 year till some other one who was officially appointed to the night school came back from tertianship. So very good, I obeyed, and I came, and I was then put in charge of St. Xavier's night school. It was a wonderful experience to be in charge of children who were all grown up. Minimum age was 13 years, maximum even up to 40. And there were people who actually were eager to finish their studies, get a degree, and in this way get also a better job. And so night school was for them the great opportunity. Actually, in my time, I was there for 10 years, the number of students attending the night school was more than 800. I call it the golden age of the night school. And then toward the end of my tenure in the night school, I got the opportunity to go back to my country, Spain, for the first time, because as you know very well, when we came forever. None of us expected to go back to our own country. But then again, a decree came from Rome, saying that those who have been at least 10 years outside their country, they should return from time to time to pay a visit to their relatives. So my turn came, and so I left for Spain, and that trip to Spain was for me one of the greatest joys I have ever had. I was going alone with $30 in my pocket, given by Father Sayas, the procurator, that's all. But then, first of all, I landed in the Holy Land. I spent there 6 days, could say Mass in the different holy places I don't describe, but it was a fantastic experience, fantastic. Left the Holy Land and went to Rome. And there in Rome, I spent 4 days, I think. I could say Mass in the catacombs, Mass in front of the arm of St. Francis Xavier, kept there in the Church of the Jesuit, and then another Mass, final Mass, in the rooms that St. Ignatius occupied when he was the first general of the society. From Rome, I flew to Germany, Düsseldorf. There I had a sister nun who had been a missionary in Zaire, Africa, for 35 years, looking after lepers. There was a time when I had no news whatsoever from her, and I was told that she had died. And I had offered a Mass for her soul. But now, lo and behold, I met him with great joy for both of us there in Germany. From Germany, I flew to Paris, and there I met great Father Sibiak, who took me round in a horrible motorbike that made more noise than all the cars in it. And then also I was with a brother of Father Vallès, who was there having a nice job from the government. Then came Paris, this Madrid. In Madrid I stopped only one day, that's all, because I was in a hurry to go down with the same ticket to the Canary Islands, because there I had another sister nun, a servant of Mary, whom I had not seen for 26 years. My stay with her for me was the greatest joy of that trip. Back to Madrid, by that time, two of my married brothers, because in my family, out of the 11 brothers that we were alive, two got married, one remained spinster, and all the rest, 8 of us, joined religious life. Now these two brothers of mine had come with their children in 2 different cars to take me from Madrid by car home. But before that, we had to pass through Zaragoza, where I had another Jesuit brother, younger than I, who was waiting for me, naturally. So we reached Zaragoza, had lunch with him, went to pay a short visit to Our Lady of Pilar, the Basilica, and from there we went at once to Tudela. Tudela is another city not very far. Father Ortega was from there. And the eldest brother, Benjamin Shenfu, we used to call him, he was the one who was supposed to teach me Chinese had I gone to China. But as you know very well now, my mission was changed. So I met him there at the entrance of the school after 32 years. That was again another terrific experience. And from there, all together, we were in a hurry because I wanted to reach home before sunset. So we went home. And there I met my mother after 19 years and an elder sister who is still alive now and who is now only 97 years old. So I spent the time, my first holidays in Spain were nearly 6 months, but the time passed very quickly. And just before leaving for India, I was told by Father Arthur, who had read in the Gujarat newsletter, that I had been appointed to Anand. Of all places, I never knew anything. The provincials have not told me anything. So only the news appeared in the newsletter. So, okay. So I came back and I was sent to Anand to be in charge of the boarding, to teach in the school, and to do some church ministries. But that appointment was short-lived because I met with a motorbike accident, and as a result of that, I had slip disc that couldn't be cured neither in the hospital of Ahmedabad nor in another one in Mumbai. I was in the nursing home for nearly 1 month. My first time I spent this Christmas in a hospital, but then they decided to send me back to Spain for an operation. So I went there, I was successfully operated, and I came back once again to India. Now to Nadiad. The provincial at that time was Father Joe Icepoon. He told me, Mendy, do you have any objection if I send you to Nadiad? No objection, Father, I am ready. And to Nadiad I went, knowing that as principal, I was the one who knew least Gujarati in the whole school. And as a matter of fact, in my first speech to the members of the staff and to the children, I wanted to tell them in Gujarati. I began talking already in Gujarati. I want to welcome all of you, but I didn't remember the word swagat, hu tamaru swagat karuchu, no? And instead of that, I told them, hu tamne padaruchu. And everybody laughed. I said, but that was the end. They laughed once. After that, I had no problem whatsoever. I could manage very well. I could teach English lower level in one of the classes. I had ministries in the church, preaching always in Gujarati. And then, together with the teaching work, I started going about showing pictures. The famous one, Marcelino, Pan y Vino. By the way, I showed this picture at least 300 times in all the different mission stations, in Christian schools and even non-Christian schools, always with a tremendous success. Some of my companions, teasing me, used to say, we like your commentary, your translation, because I was making the running commentary, a very tiring thing for me to do, but I was so happy when I saw the people just listening quietly to that commentary, and to me, your commentary was better than the original. Anyway, I had my premiere of this picture in Sofia, Abu, but after I showed that picture in different schools of Ahmedabad, one of the Jain schools there, I forgot now the name, famous Jain school, and everybody appreciated it.